Join us as we unravel 5 amazing maritime mysteries. But before we begin, keep a lookout for a hidden Easter egg in today's video. Comment below where you found it. Now let's set sail into these mysteries. Number 1. The USS S-4. The USS S-4 was a United States Navy submarine of the S-class, launched in 1919 and designed for coastal defense. At 231 feet long and displacing 854 tons when submerged, the S-4 represented a significant step forward in submarine technology at the time. Despite its advanced engineering, including a maximum diving depth of 200 feet and a surface speed of 14 knots, the submarine was plagued by issues common to early 20th century underwater vessels, such as limited reliability and inadequate safety measures. On December 17, 1927, the S-4 was conducting routine training exercises off Provincetown, Massachusetts, when it collided with the Coast Guard cutter Paulding. The submarine sank almost immediately, trapping all 40 crew members inside. Rescue efforts began immediately but were hindered by the frigid waters, strong currents, and limited diving technology of the time. One of the most haunting details emerged from divers who reached the wreck. They heard tapping from inside the hull, Morse code messages from the trapped crew. Tragically, all 40 sailors perished as rescue efforts were unable to reach them in time. The incident shocked the nation and highlighted the inherent dangers of early submarine operations. Theories. 1. Human error. The collision has been attributed to a lack of communication and situational awareness. The Paulding's crew likely did not spot the S-4 in time to avoid the collision due to poor visibility and outdated protocols for managing submarine exercises near surface vessels. 2. Technological limitations. The S-4 was part of an experimental phase in submarine technology. The lack of effective emergency escape systems and the inability to rapidly locate and rescue the crew were significant factors in the tragedy. 3. Weather and environmental factors. Choppy seas and poor visibility on the day of the collision may have contributed to the Paulding's inability to detect the submarine. Some argue that better weather conditions might have allowed the cutter to avoid the collision entirely. 4. Structural vulnerabilities. While the S-4 was a relatively modern design for its time, the hull's inability to withstand prolonged pressure at depth and the absence of reinforced escape hatches doomed the crew's survival chances. Legacy. The tragedy of the USS S-4 led to major changes in submarine design and naval safety protocols. The Navy developed improved escape hatches, emergency oxygen systems, and new rescue techniques, including the McCann rescue chamber, which would save lives in future submarine disasters. The S-4 also served as a somber reminder of the risks faced by submariners, inspiring stricter training and operational guidelines. Number 2. The Amazon. The Amazon was a 19th-century British merchant brigantine, built in 1861 in Nova Scotia. At 120 feet long and with a sleek, fast design, it was built for transatlantic trade. Initially intended for the lumber trade, the ship quickly gained a reputation for speed and reliability. However, it also seemed to carry an air of misfortune, enduring numerous incidents early in its career. The ship's first captain, Robert McClellan, fell ill and died on its maiden voyage. This marked the beginning of a string of unusual events. After a series of minor collisions and crew turnovers, the Amazon was eventually sold to American owners and renamed the Mary Celeste. It was under this name that the ship achieved infamy when it was discovered adrift in 1872 with no crew aboard but perfectly seaworthy and with all provisions intact. Theories. 1. Early curse hypothesis. The series of misfortunes surrounding the Amazon before it became the Mary Celeste led to speculation that the ship was cursed. Some pointed to the premature death of its first captain as the origin of this superstition. 2. Overwork and poor maintenance. The frequent changes in ownership and rigorous trading schedule may have caused mechanical issues or contributed to navigational errors during its time as the Amazon. 3. Natural disasters. Weather-related incidents could explain some of the ship's early troubles, particularly given the hazardous conditions of North Atlantic shipping routes during the 19th century. 4. Human error. The ship's history of frequent collisions and mishaps suggests that inexperienced or poorly coordinated crews might have contributed to its troubled past. Legacy. The Amazon's legacy is forever tied to the mystery of the Mary Celeste, making it a cornerstone of maritime lore. Its early years as the Amazon add another layer of intrigue to the story, cementing its place in nautical history as a ship that seemed destined for infamy. Number 3. The RMS Rhone. The RMS Rhone was a British Royal Mail ship launched in 1865 by the Royal Mail Steam Packet Company. At 310 feet long, with dual engines and a capacity of 253 passengers, it was considered one of the most advanced vessels of its time. Its innovative design included a reinforced iron hull and a hybrid propulsion system combining sail and steam power. On October 29, 1867, the Rhone anchored near the Virgin Islands to refuel. Unbeknownst to the crew, the region was about to be hit by a devastating Category 3 hurricane. In a desperate attempt to escape the storm, the captain ordered the ship to sea, hoping to outrun the tempest. Tragically, the ship was struck by massive waves, breaking apart on Black Rock Point. The wreck claimed over 120 lives, with only a handful of survivors. Divers later discovered that the ship's safe, still intact on the seafloor, contained melted coins, a testament to the intense heat generated as the boiler exploded upon impact with the reef. Theories. 1. Human misjudgment. The captain's decision to set sail during a hurricane has been criticized. Some argue that remaining anchored in the harbor might have increased the ship's chances of survival. 2. Structural vulnerability. Despite its reinforced iron hull, the Rhone may have been ill-equipped to handle the immense pressure exerted by hurricane-driven waves. 3. Navigational error. The crew's unfamiliarity with the region's waters could have contributed to the ship's collision with Black Rock Point. 4. Unpredictable storm path. The hurricane's sudden shift in direction caught many ships off guard, including the Rhone. Even with modern forecasting, such changes remain difficult to predict. Legacy. The wreck of the RMS Rhone is now a protected marine park and a popular dive site in the British Virgin Islands. Artifacts recovered from the ship have provided valuable insights into 19th-century maritime life, and its tragic story continues to resonate with those who explore its underwater remains. Number 4. The Tricolor. The Tricolor was a Norwegian car carrier, launched in 1987, specifically designed for transporting thousands of vehicles across European shipping routes. Measuring 564 feet in length and weighing over 50,000 tons when fully loaded, it was one of the largest car carriers of its time. It was notable for its efficient design, which allowed rapid loading and unloading of vehicles, a critical feature for maintaining tight shipping schedules. On December 14, 2002, while navigating the English Channel, the Tricolor collided with the container ship Kariba due to thick fog and poor visibility. The collision was catastrophic. The Tricolor listed severely and sank within 30 minutes. Despite carrying nearly 3,000 luxury cars, including BMWs, Volvos, and Saabs, there were no casualties among the 24 crew members, who were rescued promptly. Adding to the incident's complexity, the sunken Tricolor posed a significant hazard in one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world. Over the following weeks, 2 additional vessels collided with the wreck despite navigational warnings and marker buoys, highlighting the challenges of marine safety in congested waterways. Theories. 1. Human error. The primary theory centers on miscommunication between the crews of the Tricolor and Kariba. Navigational mistakes compounded by poor visibility likely led to the collision. 2. Technological failures. Some have speculated that radar equipment on one or both vessels may have malfunctioned, contributing to the collision in foggy conditions. 3. Traffic overload in the English Channel. As one of the world's busiest shipping lanes, the English Channel's high traffic density may have created a scenario where avoidance was nearly impossible. 4. Inadequate wreck marking. The subsequent collisions with the wreck suggest that initial efforts to mark the site were insufficient, sparking debates about the effectiveness of navigational aids in heavily trafficked waters. Legacy. The Tricolor became a case study in maritime safety and wreck management. Its recovery, one of the largest salvage operations ever undertaken, involved cutting the vessel into sections and removing the wreck piece by piece. This operation showcased advancements in underwater salvage technology. The incident also led to stricter protocols for marking wrecks and managing traffic in busy waterways, helping to prevent similar disasters in the future. Number 5. The SS Maine. The SS Maine was a German passenger liner built in 1868 by Caird & Company in Scotland for the North German Lloyd Line. At 348 feet long, with a steel hull and steam propulsion, it was designed for transatlantic travel between Bremen, Southampton, and New York City. The ship epitomized the shift from sail to steam, combining traditional masts with a cutting-edge engine that allowed it to traverse the Atlantic in under 15 days, a remarkable feat at the time. On January 22, 1883, the Maine collided with the British sailing vessel Nautilus in the English Channel. The collision caused severe damage to both ships, and the Maine sank within hours, taking 82 lives. Despite the disaster, over 100 passengers and crew were rescued, largely thanks to the efforts of nearby vessels. A lesser-known fact is that the Maine had previously suffered mechanical issues and near collisions, leading some to question whether the ship was inherently unlucky or poorly maintained. The ship's wreckage, scattered across the seabed, remained a navigational hazard for years until it was cleared. Theories. 1. Navigational misjudgment. The most widely accepted theory is that the collision occurred due to miscalculations by the crew of one or both vessels. The busy waters of the English Channel often led to such mishaps during the late 19th century. 2. Mechanical failures. Given the Maine's history of mechanical issues, it is possible that a malfunction affected its ability to maneuver in time to avoid the Nautilus. 3. Inadequate lighting on the Nautilus. Reports suggest that the Nautilus may not have been adequately lit, making it difficult for the Maine to spot the vessel in time to take evasive action. 4. High traffic density in the Channel. The sheer volume of vessels in the English Channel made collisions a frequent occurrence. Some theorists argue that overconfidence in the Maine's advanced design may have played a role in the disaster. Legacy. The SS Maine disaster underscored the risks of navigating the English Channel during the era of rapid maritime expansion. The incident led to renewed calls for stricter navigation rules and better communication between ships. The Maine's sinking is often cited as a cautionary tale about over-reliance on emerging technologies without proper safety measures. Conclusion. The tragedies of the USS S-4, Amazon, RMS Rhone, Tricolor, and SS Maine remind us of the delicate balance between technological advancement and human ingenuity, as well as the immense power of nature. These vessels, though separated by time and purpose, highlight the importance of vigilance, innovation, and humility in the face of the unpredictable maritime environment. If you enjoyed exploring these fascinating stories and the enduring mysteries surrounding them, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us bring these captivating tales to light, and we'd love to have you join us for more journeys into the unknown. Thank you for watching.